This is the time this book should be read. Christmassy, romancy book. It's just time that I finally pick it up. Alright, I'm scared. I didn't even put in this guy. Hello lovely bookworms and welcome to a new Christmas countdown video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about 10 books I would like to read this winter season. And there's a little bit of a difference to this because one of the elements we're going to include is my TBR jar. I'll put it right here. We're going to pick 2 books from the TBR jar, which I thought was fun. Make it a little bit more random. Other than that, I have 8 books picked out that I personally would really like to read. Some of them are definitely Christmassy vibed and some of them not so much. So let's just go through them. I'll tell you a little bit about them if I do know something about them. And let's just start with book number 1. This book is wholeheartedly on here because it is a Christmas romance, and that is Christmas at the Cat Cafe. I picked this up in England last year at the Works for not a lot of money, and I figured this would be a perfect read around the winter Christmas time. I hope it's a spicy romance, I don't know, but it has cats, so that to me already said enough. Christmas, cats, and a little bit of romance. If it is a bit spicy, that makes it better, but other than that I don't know that much about it. I would think that it's about a woman who works in a cat cafe. So I quickly checked the back, and it is indeed about a woman called Tabby, which is funny because you have a tabby cat and she wants to open a cat cafe with her boyfriend Leon, but Leon actually leaves her in the lurch. And I think she'll probably meet someone, hopefully. We'll see. I hope I can read this around Christmas time. I love just sitting down with a little bit of a romance, quick read, funny read. So I hope that this is that. So this is book number 1. So next up, staying a little bit in the Christmassy spirit, I have Christmas at the Ranch, and this follows a woman who actually gets stranded in a small little town, and in this town she used to spend Christmas every single year, and there she fell in love with someone, and she does not want to meet them again as she gets stranded, but I'm guessing she probably will. And this is, I think, a second chance romance. I'm excited to have all the Christmassy like cowboy vibes because that is something I do really enjoy. So that is book number 2. Then I put a little bit of a bigger sequel on the list because this is a fantasy book I've been meaning to read for a long time, considering I loved the first one, and that is Painted Devils by Margaret Owen. So this follows a woman, at least the first book did, followed a woman. Oh, I didn't even put in this guy, which is a shame, Esme. You should put your, we'll put that in later. This follows a woman that in the first book, I think she's a bit of a con artist, and so she gets what is it, gems stuck to her skin, and she's turning into a gemstone. I don't know that much about it. I just know that I really enjoyed the first one and Margaret Owen's other work, The Merciful Crow and The Faithless Hawk, and I just really want to read it. I have this gorgeous stunning edition from Lumacrate. I also have the 3rd book, but I'm not sure if it's a trilogy because I thought it was a duology. But this is a fantasy book that I've just been meaning to pick up, so I decided to put this on the list for this winter season, meaning I have like approximately 3 months to finish this, which should be fine, but we all know my track record, so putting this one on the list. Something I love to read in the winter season, I love to read these all year round, but especially in the winter season, are murder mysteries. If you know me, I love a good old-fashioned locked room murder mystery, and I put this one on the list, which is The Christmas Murder Game. And with this one, I just really hope that this is everything I want to. It says on the back, 12 clues, 12 keys, 12 days of Christmas, but who will survive until the 12th night? And they also figure out a murder, I think, in this one, together with the game that they play as they go to this, I think, secluded mansion, a grand family home. At least that gives me mansion vibes. I don't know that much about it, but I would love to just go into this and be blank and absorb it all. So I'm adding this to the list for this winter season, hopefully to be read in December. Next up, I have one middle grade, I think, on this list, and this one is a little bit more of a spooky Halloween-y vibe, but I really like this series, so I wanted to add this to the winter list, and that is Deadly Deep by Jennifer Killick. This is a book that follows a group of friends as they go on, I think, a cruise, and then they are hunted by things in the Deadly Deep. At least that's what I think. It says, "Welcome to Dreadwood High, it's a scream." This one is not situated in the high school. The first one is, which is called Dreadwood. This is the Dreadwood series, and this is book number 4. So I just want to continue on with this series and hopefully finish it quite quickly. So I have another little Christmassy romancy book. This one's a bit bigger, and that is A Holly Jolly Ever After by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. This is, I think, about 2 actresses, or an actress who agrees to play in a movie, and then I think she sort of develops feelings with her for her co-player. Is that the word? And I think that she doesn't really like her fellow co-player at first, because he's a bit of a reputation. Yeah, he has a reputation. So I just hope that this is going to be a fun read for the Christmas time, similarly to the other ones, and so I put this one on the list. Okay, so this next one is a 100% wintry read, and this I really want to be good. I've been having or wanting to read this book for years. I think I've put this on multiple winter TBRs, multiple regular TBRs, and this is the time this book should be read, and its companions, and that is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I've heard incredible things about this book. I think this is about a woman who is living in the Russian forest, and she has to go on an adventure, I think, to save her home or something along those lines. There's house spirits, but she has to go beware the evil in the woods. Yeah, it's in a village at the edge of the wilderness of northern Russia. Winter lasts most of the year, and snowdrifts grow taller than houses. Here an elderly servant tells stories of sorcery, folklore, and the Winter King to the children of the family. Tales of old magic frowned upon by the church. Before the young, wild Faisha, these are far more than just stories. She alone can see the house spirits that guard her home and sense the growing forces of dark magic in the woods. On the back it says, "Fairy tales are sweet on winter nights, nothing more." So I'm really excited to finally dive into this. I have these special editions from Fairloot, and it's just time that I finally pick it up. These are gorgeous, and I am excited. I've heard good things. I hope that this will be a 5-star, but we'll see. So this is the final book on the list that I've put on the list, and that is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. It says 6 writers, 5 detectives, 4 days, 3 weapons, 2 murders, 1 train. So this is a locked room murder mystery on a train, and I think this is just perfect for this season. I am excited to dive into just these kinds of books, just murder mysteries and everything under the sun. Also, I think that the color of the cover is just incredible for this season, so I want to pick this up around this time, and I hope that this is going to be a good detective murder mystery. But it is, to go into it a little bit more, it says, "How do you find a killer when all the suspects know how to get away with murder?" When the Australian Mystery Writers Society invites the world's best crime writers to a festival aboard the Gone, the famous Darwin to Adelaide train, it's a who's who of crime writing royalty. And me, the lowly debut author. But when one of us is murdered, 6 authors quickly turn into 5 detectives. We're all experts in whodunits. Together, we should know how to solve a crime. Or commit one. Someone has to solve the case, but can I really outsmart the experts and catch the killer? Really excited about this one, and so I've decided to add it to the list. Okay, now it is time for the little chaotic part of this video, which is my TBR jar. My TBR jar is still in this little ceramic pumpkin, and let's just shake her up. There is a possibility that I'm grabbing out a card of a book I've already read, then we're just gonna redraw. If it is a second book in a series, I'm gonna redraw as well. I know that in my regular games I usually pick the first one, but I kind of want to focus on getting cards out, and if I pick a card, then it's either 1 or 2 books to read, and I just don't want to do that. So redrawing if it's a book that has a earlier book I have not read, and redrawing if it's a book I've already read, obviously. Alright, I'm scared. I think that's well enough, isn't it? Okay, so let's start with the first little card. We're gonna do 2, by the way, if you're wondering. So we get to 10 books in total on this wintry TBR. Do you think this is shuffled enough? I'm scared, can you tell? Okay, card number 1. Oh, nice! Pages & Co. The Map of Stories. This is one that I personally am actually excited for. Let me scooch out the paper. This is a middle grade. I'll grab the book in a bit, so you know I'm not lying. Pages & Co. The Map of Stories. I think it is right here somewhere. Please hold. I'll get the book. So this is the book that I grabbed. This is Pages & Co. The Map of Stories by Anna James. I read both the first and the second book in this series, and I have really both enjoyed these. This is about a girl that lives in a bookshop with her grandparents, and she then at some point starts to realize that she can see the characters in the stories come to life in the bookshop, and at some point she's actually sucked into the book, and she turns out, oh, this is something I can do. And there's this whole level of book wanderers amid, or like below the surface. Really, really fun story, and I'm just curious to see how this will pick up in the third one. So this is going on my TBR for the winter. That is perfect. I really want to read this. I love this series, so I'm excited. Still scared for the second one, but yeah, here we go. Got another one. Another middle grade. This is The Whisperwicks. The Whisperwicks. I think this is a new story or a new book that I got. Let me fold and get it out, because I don't think I'm unhappy about this one. I think it's right here. So I have The Whisperwicks by Jordan Lees. This is The Whisperwicks, the Labyrinth of Lost and Found. The boy who doesn't believe in magic, the impossible world that will change his mind. I think an 11-year-old finds a crack in the wall, and the further they go into that wall, the more they discover about the world. I picked this up specifically for the sprayed edges. Can you blame me? And yeah, this is a middle grade. I'm excited about this one. I don't know that much about it, so we're just gonna go in not knowing too much. So that is the final book on the list. I wish I could hold up the stack, but I don't think I can. So, sorry. I can quickly name them for you if you want. So I have The Whisperwicks, The Map of Stories, Everyone on this train is a Suspect, The Bear and the Nightingale, Holly Jolly Ever After, Deadly Deep, The Christmas Murder Game, Painted Devils, Christmas at the Ranch, and Christmas at the Cat Cafe. So that's 10 books I would love to read in the winter time. So I hope I can do that. That said, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and press that little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time a new video goes live. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!